Wednesday, Parshat Rabbi, we're going to do Ois High in the Zera Shimshon. Ois High in the Zera Shimshon is going also on the Yalkut that we spoke about yesterday, on the Pusuk Asa Ta'asa V'samachtem Chol HaToiv, and it says, Ein Toiv Ela Toira, Toiv is not Toira, only Toira, like it says, Kilach Toiv Nasati Lechem, and ends off, Lefikach, Moshe Maser Sisol Asa Ta'asa, and Moshe Rabbeinu was told the Yidden to be careful and to take off Maser. And asks Zera Shimshon, what is the Indian Torah to Maser? What's the connection? Says Zera Shimshon that it's explained in the Mefarshim that there's a difference between what the Eibishter promises by himself and what he promises through a shliach or a novi. What what the Eibishter promises by himself, a person that promises, and the Eibishter could do what is good for that person. He could go back on his word. He could make it more. He could make it less, depending on what the good is for the person. However, if something is done through a shliach, so then you can't go back already on it. Why? Because if you go back on the word, if the Eibush Chas v'Shalom goes back on his words, then we on the promise that he said. So what are we going to say? We're going to say that the shliach or the novi is a sheker. That's what the Mefarshim say, and the Rambam says this also. We also learn that someone that's mahana talmidei chachomim with their nechusim, with their monies, their properties, he also becomes wealthy, and there's a lot of toiv that he gets. What's the reason why a Yisrael has to give maser? In order that everybody should be able to be zoiche in the Torah. What is that? That's a Yisrael that gives maser to a kohen and a levi. He's giving them enough livelihood. They're going to be receiving with all the matnas kehina that they get. They're going to be receiving enough that they should be able to sit and learn. So it comes out that the Yisrael is the cause that the Torah, which is the Eitz Chaim, is going to be learnt by everybody. They say someone that has livelihood, someone doesn't have livelihood, because when you give the maser, then they have the livelihood from there, and they could sit and they could learn. With this, says the Zera Shimshon, we can understand the Medrash. The Medrash is saying V'samachtem Chol HaToiv is talking about Toivus Olam Haba, because that's what real Toiv is. And what's that? That's Torah. Because Toivus Olam Hazeh, first of all, the Psikim earlier spoke about what the good in this world you're going to get out of it, and second of all, it's not real Toiv. It's not real Simcha. That the Pusuk should just say V'samachtem Chol HaToiv. They should have Simcha and Toiv. The real Toiv and the real Simcha is only in Olam Haba, which is through the Torah. And what are we talking about over here? The schis of the Torah. That's goyrim through the masa. The masa that's given is it causes that the schis of the Torah should multiply to a tremendous amount. And that's what Moshe Rabbeinu was coming to be maser, as Klal Yisrael coming to tell them and to impress upon them. To say aser ta aser, which is aser b'shvil shetis aser. Give maser in order that you should become wealthy. That for sure that this promise is going to come true, that you're going to become wealthy. Why is that? Because if you don't become wealthy, then you could say chas v'shulam that this kohen or this levi didn't learn, or he didn't learn properly, and because of that I didn't become wealthy. Meaning to say, if I am giving my maser to somebody in order for him to learn Torah, and then what's going to happen automatically is that I become wealthy. If I don't become wealthy, that means that he didn't learn Torah. So that's what chas v'shulam we could say. That's why Moshe Rabbeinu said, no, you should give it, and you should know that this haftucha, this promise is going to come true. And ends off the Zera Shimshon that could be the reason why Dafka, specifically in this mitzvah, we're allowed to test Hashem. Because it says if he was maftiach, he promised this through a novia, through a shliach, and he can't go back on his word, because we are if the Moshe Rabbeinu was telling us that we should do this mitzvah, and Moshe Rabbeinu was the shliach, and we're also shlichim of doing for the Torah, and for that reason the promise has to be kept.